Are you into fall manis or Halloween manis, or are you doing both? If I had a choice, I would probably just do all exclusively Halloween manis up until Halloween. But I just got these new beautiful glitters from Virgo and Gem, along with a bunch of other dip powders, and they just screamed fall, and they were so beautiful that I thought I had to use them immediately. So I've got fall foliage here, which is a bit of a chunkier glitter, and then I've got falling leaves, which, yes, I'm wearing brown again, but it is this beautiful fine glitter that's kind of like hollow and is so beautiful. I haven't used Virgo and Gem in a while, but they recently collabed with Scales of a Mermaid, and if you've been around, you know my love for Scales of a Mermaid. They are my favorite skincare company. So this cuticle oil is a Virgo and Gem exclusive. So I figured while I was buying the cuticle oil, I might as well stock up on some dip powders too. And it's really a win-win because I'm supporting two really amazing companies and two amazing owners of the companies, as well as getting great new products for me. So I definitely had to do a little shopping. Jumping right into my mani, I am also using my Virgo and Gem dip liquids, which if you're looking for good dip liquids to try, I do highly recommend these. I like that the dip base is a thin dip base and it's got about a medium dry time. And the dip top coat is also super shiny, so I think they're really great liquids to use. So I'm starting off with Falling Leaves, which is my finer glitter, and that's going to go on my pinky and my thumb. Whenever I'm working with glitters, I like to start with finer and then move up to chunkier. I don't know why. I don't think it matters because they're all glitters, but that's kind of my process that I do. So I'm just cleaning around my cuticle line and just look at the coverage I get in one dip and look at the sparkle of this glitter. It is so, so beautiful, and I can't believe that I'm wearing more brown, but something has gotten into me this season. But this one is just so beautiful. It's got like the hollow finer glitters in there, so in the sparkle you can kind of see that rainbow come through. I see like red and green, and it's just so beautiful. By the way, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Jeannie and I'm glad you could be here. If you find videos like these helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're already a subscriber, welcome back. I'm going to continue on with my normal dipping process. So I'm going to do 2 layers of the color, and then once everything is done, I will cap everything in clear at the end because I'm only working with glitters. Now you can see from this glitter though that it is full coverage in one dip. So if I was just looking for coverage, I would stick with the 1 layer of dip. But I like to do 2 out of habit because I like a little bit more strength to my dips, especially because these Virgo and Gem dip liquids are a little bit thinner as well. I want to make sure that I have some strength to my dip powder to avoid any cracking. Moving on to fall foliage, this is a chunkier glitter, so it's got different size pieces of glitter, but it does have some larger hex glitters in there, but it is a easy one to use. So for my process using chunky glitters, I'm going to apply a full layer of dip base to my entire nail. You can see me tapping the jar inside my Chaos Gem Roll first, and that's in case there are any larger pieces at the top of the jar. They float out of the jar, and then I start tapping onto my nail. So my intention with my first layer is to capture more of the finer glitters, the powder, and less of the larger pieces, and this helps reduce any bulkiness because you don't want your nails to be too bulky working with chunky glitters. So I just kind of pressed them flat, and then I'm going to pour the rest of my jar into my Chaos Gemerald, which is from Chaos Concepts. And for my index and middle finger, I'm actually going to do a glitter tip ombre. So for the ombre, I need my clear. So this is my Virgo Gem clear. So I'm going to do an ombre at my tip with the glitter, and then I will pour clear over the rest. So in order to do this, I had a little extra glitter on my nail that I had to wipe off. I'm going to apply a full layer of dip base to my entire nail because I'm going to do everything all at once, and you'll see I have plenty of time to do this process with my dip base. So once I have that base on, I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush and dip it into the glitter, and I'm pointing my finger a little bit upwards, and I'm starting to tap that glitter on at my free edge, and I'm letting the glitters kind of fall and fade towards the center of my nail. So pointing my nail upwards a little bit helps it fall, kind of cascade naturally, because I want the most amount of glitter at the tip of my nail, and I want it to kind of fade and be a little more sparse towards the middle of my nail. And you know, it's up to you on how far up your nail you want to go. I kind of go a little halfway, maybe a little more than halfway, and then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to pour the clear dip powder over the rest of my nail to absorb the rest of that dip base. I will do a second layer, so I'm not as concerned with the coverage that I have on the first layer. So going back through my process again, I'm going to show you on my index finger. So I'm going to apply a full layer of dip base to my entire nail, and I want to make sure I have even coverage, and I'll have plenty of dry time to be able to do this process. So I am dipping my eyeshadow brush into my glitter, and I point my finger a little upwards, and I start tapping the glitter at my free edge. And so I want the most amount of glitter to be at my free edge, and then I'm letting the rest of the glitters kind of naturally fall towards the center of my nail. Once I feel like I have enough coverage for my first layer, I'm going to pour over the clear on the rest of my nail, and that's going to absorb the rest of the dip base. For my second layer, I'm just shaking my glitters and tapping them against the table because I want to bring more of the chunkier glitters to the surface. Because they are heavier, they do tend to sink. So for my full nail of the glitter, I'm going to apply a full layer of dip base, and then I'm going to turn my hand upside down and I'm going to lay it flat in the glitter, and that way I pick up more of the chunkier pieces, because this is where I really want to get that good coverage of the glitters. And then for my ombre fingers, I'll just do the same process I did in the first layer. Popping back in really quick because there's something I wanted to mention. So you see me scrubbing my first layer with a stiff scrub brush, and that's because anytime I'm using a clear or super sheer dip powder, I always make sure I scrub it with a stiff scrub brush to remove any of the excess powder, and that helps reduce any graininess or cloudiness. If you just use a regular soft bristle brush, you may get some graininess or cloudiness, so always make sure you scrub that. I went ahead and capped everything in clear, activated and filed and buffed off camera. So here's how it's looking. And even though it was a chunky glitter, it was super easy to do and it didn't take that much work at all. So now I'm going in and applying my final layer of activator. So it's just going to be one thin layer to all my nails. And then once I've got the activator on, I'm going to wait a full 2 minutes. I waited a full 2 minutes, so now I'm ready to go in with my dip top coat. For my first layer, I'm going to apply my top coat in 2 to 3 really quick swipes on each nail. In between each nail, I am wiping my brush on a lint-free wipe before returning to the bottle. And then once I'm done with all 5 nails, I'm ready for my second layer. And I know it's ready because it'll start looking a little dull and wrinkly, and it needs a second layer of that dip top coat. So for my second layer, I'm going to take my time a little bit more, make sure I have my full nail covered, and I'm also going to make sure that I'm capping my free edge. As always, I'm going to finish off my mani by rehydrating my cuticles, and of course I'm using the Scales of a Mermaid exclusive to Virgo Gem, so the scent is called Blossoming, and I'm super glad I got this, but the only thing that makes me really sad is it's a smaller bottle of it. I wish I could get it in a larger size because I really love this scent. And here we are with the finished look. What do you think? I am so obsessed with these colors. I'm telling you, Virgo Gem never disappoints. I always really love their products. So if you haven't tried them already, what are you waiting for? This is your chance to support a really amazing small business. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue creating content like this, and it also helps YouTube recommend me to others, which helps grow my channel. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I upload content every Monday and Thursday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As always, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.